Like whatever the Illuminati is, there's a Christian version of it. There was the Diddy party, then there was the Diddy party, right?
But you're saying that in this Christian Illuminati, there are situations that you personally firsthand know of. The Christian freak-offs,
absolutely
full
correct.
on.
Absolutely correct. Then his whole voice changed. You know why I want to come through, right? I said, no. He said,
You know what's going to happen, though, Tim, is people are then going to start doing a mental Rolodex of the ministries you're affiliated with.
I don't care.
And start asking if it's this one or if it's that one.
I don't care.
Do you want to clear the air on saying...
And then I get inside the service and I start looking around. I was like, yeah, no, these things gay. Like whatever the Illuminati is, there's a Christian version of it. But bottom line.
So Illuminati is usually what? Like people... cabal, puppeteering,
but not
behind
just,
the scenes.
There's a
power
the show, power struggle and the whole thing. But what keeps them in it, right? What gets people in it and keeps them in it is that we all got dirt on each other.
Oof, gosh, man,
we all got dirt on each other. Sean Combs is not the originator of this play. He's not the first one to do it. I was talking to a guy earlier. He's going through a situation. And I was like, hey, bro, let me remind you, you know how the people that are really submitted to the Holy Spirit, they produce the same type of fruit. Like you can get all four of us in here. And if we're really being led by the Spirit, we're going to produce the fruit of the Spirit. And then you're going to be able to be like, oh, dude is nice and has self-control and kind and long-suffering. Okay, patient. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, then you see like a person that's a manipulator and a narcissist, and well, you can line up four of those, and you can say, "What was your experience with this person?" Oh, it was like this, and my leadership did me like this. Well, my leader did the same thing. My leader did the same thing. My leader did the same thing. Well, they're being led by a spirit too. Like Paul doesn't have a comprehensive list, but he does have a list where he's like, now the works of the flesh are these, right? But the fruit of the Spirit is this, right? And so you see these people, and that's what we were talking about before you reset. We see these people that nobody gets into ministry to like embarrass themselves, and shame God, shame the church, their wives, their children, their husbands, whatever the configuration is. And if there's a little bit of compromise, if the discipleship wasn't tight and you're more into this person than you are anchored into Scripture and Jesus, then this person can turn you, and you will be doing it out of honor. You'll be doing it out of, I'm submitted to the house. I kind of felt away, but everybody else was doing it. And so I just thought it was normal. And so I just went with it. And I thought he did this with everybody. And before you know it, you in the spin cycle. Like, I don't think people are like setting their watches like, I'm about to fornicate and live the most lascivious lifestyle of all time. First of all, most people can't spell lascivious, number one. Number two, this is not how it works. It's this subtle ebb and flow. It's the hug that lingers too long. It's the hey, I'm struggling with this. Like, oh, bro, you good, man. You good. We all got struggles.
Someone's coming to confess sin and they're being told that it's okay. And then that's kept in the back.
And then you're desensitized more. And then you're invited into another room, right? There was the Diddy party, then there was the Diddy party, right? Everybody's always making the distinction between, I was at the party, I wasn't at the freak off. Why is they saying that? Because there's a difference. I posted something on Threads a couple of weeks back where I said a lot of the convocations and conventions that the church people were going to, those were freak offs too. I think I saw that. You just didn't get invited to the freak off portion. Like, you went to the all night prayer meeting, but you didn't get to participate in the all night train. Like, bro, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real stuff.
Oh man.
So it's a very,
but you know what's going to happen though, Tim, is people are then going to start doing a mental Rolodex of the ministries you're affiliated with.
I don't care.
And start asking if it's this one or if it's that one.
I don't care.
Do you want to clear the air on saying no? It's not any of the.
No, it's up. Like it is what it is.
Yo, oh no.
No, I'm just saying. I've been in ministry for 28 years.
No, I know.
And I haven't just been at
but
4 churches.
Yes.
I've been around.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the handful of churches that people know you to be affiliated with are higher profile churches.
Yes.
So then they're gonna start piecing together. Well, is it Potter's House? Is it this church?
Is it Gateway?
Yeah, it's a Gateway.
Is it God's Way of Holiness Fellowship?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, all I can say is.
So I'm saying if you want to clear the air and say no, it wasn't at these churches that I've been on staff at. Like we might want to do that.
Oh well, what I can say is when I was at Potter's House, I didn't have to worry about a freak off.
Okay.
When I was at Gateway, I didn't have to worry about a freak off.
Okay.
Right?
You see this? This is me doing, yeah.
But if 30,000 people go to your church, there's bound to be some freaks.
Mm. But you're saying that in this Christian Illuminati, there are situations that you personally firsthand know of things where there were the Christian freak offs.
Absolutely
full
correct.
On.
Absolutely correct. Oh, and I got invited to some and tested to see if I was a part and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, like my first the Cleveland love story. Have I told you about this? Okay. So I go to a church in Cleveland. I do comedy for the men's conference, and then I preach on Sunday. This is Saturday night. I'm in my hotel room chilling. I'm taking a nap. I get a call. Hey, I'm about to come get you at sometime 7 p.m. to take you to a restaurant, which is pretty normal. You're hosted by the church, whatever. It's 7 p.m. Okay. It might be 6:15. I'm like, absolutely, bro. 7 p.m. is fine. So then he says it again. Are you sure 7 p.m. is okay? I'm like, all right, I know I just woke up from a nap, but yes, I think I just made that clear. And he goes, is your wife with you? I said, nah, man, it's just me. And another question, are you traveling with somebody, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't. It's like, no, it's just me. He was like, okay, cool. So you cool if I come through at 7? Yes, bro. Like, I'm like, yes. Then his whole voice changed. You know I want to come through, right? I said, no.
Excuse me?
He said, well, I want to come through and give you some of this Cleveland love. Oh. Exactly. Bro, my whole body got nauseous.
Oh.
My whole body got this is my first encounter with this ever in life. So I'm like, no, thank you. That's what I said. I was so shocked. I just politely declined. No, thank you. And he said, oh, man, you don't need nothing, not even a blow.
Oh, he was, ugh.
I said, nah, dog, I'm good. Like, the first one was like little kid, innocent, and then like, nah, I'm good, dog. Oh, I guess you must be getting out of that at home then with your wife or something.
It's weird.
And then he just hung up.
Oh my gosh.
And then nobody came to pick me up. So my heart rate elevates. First, like probably the first 90 seconds to 2 minutes, I'm nauseous, like I feel like I need to throw up. Then, because I have sexual trauma, my heart rate elevates like I had just sprinted against Usain Bolt. I could feel my heart like in my neck. It was racing so fast. And I was like, my 8-year-old inside of my 20-something-year-old body was like, you should have invited this nigga. over, and you could have took the steak knife that you had in your room service, and you could have killed him with it. And
Jeez.
threw him into Lake Erie, because like now, like it was a crazy dysregulated
That's heavy, man.
situation. So I called my wife. I'm like, let me tell you what just happened. She's like disgusted and repulsed. And then I'm like, when I get to the church tomorrow, I got to tell the pastor. So I don't know what these doing out here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I get there and I'm like, hey, bro, this what happened. And I just need you to be on notice.
Mm.
And he's like, that foul spirit. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. I'm so sorry. And then I get inside the service and I start looking around. I was like, yeah, nah, these niggas gay.
Mm.
Y'all tried to get me. Okay. Y'all tried to get me. And to the best of my knowledge, I think it was a test. It was like I got invited to this different state, different city to see if I was on the DL. Because nobody saw nothing in DFW.
Uh-huh.
So it's like maybe he'll play if he's out of his home court or whatever. Because a lot of these dudes, they only married in the city that they live in.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? The ring come off as soon as they get to Atlanta. The ring come off as soon as they get to Cali. The ring come off as soon as they get to Australia. The ring come off. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and you're saying this has happened multiple times. This sort of stuff.
Oh, this stuff happens. This stuff is happening today.
But I mean, for you, this has happened what, a dozen times, more than a dozen times?
No, that happened one time.
That happened one time. But similar stuff where you've been presented.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why I won't
know.
go to certain countries.
Yeah.
Because the churches, this is how, and this is why I won't preach for everybody.
Do you think there's any sort of responsibility? Because like I think a lot of the stuff that people hear about the Diddy situation is like, I can't believe someone didn't say something earlier. I can't believe someone didn't try to expose it earlier.
Yep.
Right. And then the only people that did, you know, the Jaguar rights or whoever, like they're saying all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's hard to decipher what's real from what's fiction.
Yep.
Do you think there's any sort of responsibility to perhaps expose some of this stuff that's happening?
The only people that can depower people and institutions that abuse power are people that have been victim of that power. The third party person is not going to dethrone that. You have to be a first person direct. That's the reason why Cassie got Diddy, because she's a first person.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
All the people that's talking about we got dirt on this person. I got a third party that knows somebody close to me told me this is happening. Y'all can go screaming from the mountaintops. That person ain't gonna come down until the person that has been abused by that power speaks, because that's the only way they get their power back. The reason why it takes so long for it to come out, it takes them that long to get their voice back. As a survivor of sexual abuse, it was 11 years from the time I was abused to the time I said something about it. Took me that long to get my voice back. And then no matter what the truth is, life changes forever. You about to blow to whatever life was, you are going to detonate that. And there's no going back, right? You got to make a new city. You're not putting the same buildings back there, right? If you blow up, if you going accordion the Twin Towers, you better have something else you ready to build, because you ain't building those again, right? So a lot of people wind up in a chokehold permanently because they're like, let me just keep these two towers up. It ain't even worth it. People live here. People, you know what I mean? They work here. They love it here. They met here. They have lunch here. They've romanticized this version of the narrative, and I'll just live in silence. So then people wind up like me, just in masturbation, just keep myself numb to it. Somebody else drinks it up. Somebody else smokes it up. Somebody else it up. Somebody else dives deep into work and never looks up again. They take 300 dates in a 365-day calendar to go preach when they got a family and a wife and kids at home. Everybody's doing something to either escape trauma or run themselves from trauma, run from trauma, distract themselves from it. All I'm saying is and that's what we try to do on this podcast is I'm trying to get people to get their voice back. Then I'm like, go air this nigga out. I can go stand with you. We got a whole community to support you. Once vulnerability becomes your superpower and you own your story, then you can go and be like, this is what happened to me. And we'll stand there with you. We had a young lady last week who found out on a Monday, and we just happened this particular week to do lives on Monday and Tuesday. From the time we ended, between when we ended our live on Monday and came back on Tuesday, she found out her brother was sexually abused by the elder of the church. And when we came back on Tuesday, she was like, oh my God, I'm so good. I didn't even know y'all was going to be back on. How do I walk through this? I said, air his out. He got to go. And your brother, what your brother doesn't have to do is hide this, NDA this, take no money on this. This sick dude is a predator, has infiltrated your family, because that's when predators strike, when everybody's defenses are down. Your brother holds the key to his accountability. So empower him, make sure the support system is there, and yes, you're going to blow up the church. The whole church going to blow up, but you didn't blow it up. He did. Yeah. His actions blew that up, not your confession. Not you telling, you doing the right thing. But how is it? Always the abuser is, why would you mess people's life up like that? If you are, I mean, it's been 30 years. I mean, if you live this long, you might as well just let it go now. Nah, because I don't get my voice back until I take it from you. You've been holding it in your pocket, profiting, going on with your life, dancing, squirting people with baby oil, and then
the baby oil.
Dude, 1,000 is a lot. I've only mentioned it twice. I got 998 more jokes I could do. So, but it's a slippery slope. I'm trying to empower people so that they can.
No, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Get their voice back. But a third party cannot. Like I know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff because NDAs don't keep people from talking. It keeps them from talking publicly.
Well, NDAs can't be used to prevent a crime. Like you can't say because you signed this NDA.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I violated you in the most illegal way.
Exactly.
Like, oh, you can't say nothing.
No,
that's not what an NDA
exactly. It supersedes that.
Yeah.
So I am a confidant to a lot of people, and I am a safe place. But nobody's gonna hear nothing from me. And I empower people to go, hey, you hold the power. And when you're ready to push that button, I'll be right there with you.
Jeez, man. Yeah, it sucks, man. I guess I just tend to be more hopeful and a bit naive in that stuff ain't as bad as it sounds.
Oh, dude, there's so much good. Here's the thing, because again, we've been talking. I think the theme of this thing is like tension and holding tension, right? I love the church. There's some really good churches, some dope churches, and that's who I participate. My mentor, Jerome Lewis, been married to his wife forever. Got 2 beautiful kids and beautiful grandkids, and Seeds of Greatness Church. That's where I tithe. That's who can check me and Juliet and encourage us, correct us, exhort us, prophesy, all the things. And there's some churches that are just rank.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good to know both.
Hey, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you want to see the full conversation, we went for 3 hours talking about literally everything. Be sure to go to Tim Ross's YouTube page right now, Tim Ross in the Basement. We'll have the full conversation linked below, or this video should be redirecting to it. So check out the full conversation and download the B-Side app while you're at it. All right, love you guys. Peace.